So, what are the common causes of hair loss? Typically, if we sort of start, the first one would be nutritional deficiency, low hemoglobin, low levels of vitamin D3, B12. Then there are, there could be metabolic conditions like thyroid, polycystic ovarian condition, hyperandrogenism. There could be obviously the male pattern hair loss where you're carrying the genes for early balding or early androgenic hair pattern. And then there are stress, there is improper diet. So all these things we have seen, and then there are seasonal changes. These are all the conditions that can lead to either an acute hair loss, and one of the biggest thing which I just forgot to mention earlier is a hormonal hair loss, especially after pregnancy, during the delivery, post delivery, women notice a lot of hair fall because during pregnancy the hormones are very conducive to a good hair growth, and suddenly after pregnancy all these hormones go into the withdrawal phase, leading to a acute hair fall. Hair fall can also be a side effect of having some long term medications. So most, when we are talking about hair fall, how to address hair fall conditions, we first of all have to identify which of these could be triggering hair fall in a particular person, and then the treatments become simpler. Hair fall can cause a lot of psychological and emotional disturbances in a person because hair, as we all know, is the crowning glory. It really can make or break the way a person's appearance is. So it could be very demotivating to be continuously experiencing hair fall and not having a solution to it. So, as I said, if we are able to identify that hair fall is being caused by a set of nutritional deficiencies, we should definitely check our blood parameters. And if we need to go onto the multivitamin supplements, at least covering for the D3, B12, and iron. In addition, we could have trace mineral deficiencies. There are lots of good hair supplements containing biotin, magnesium, selenium, and one can approach the dermatologist or a hair expert to find out which set of vitamins, whether it is a cyclical therapy, whether it is a same set of nutritional supplement that can help you tide over this crisis. A second thing to use would be peptide sprays containing peptides like Redensil, Capexil, Anagen, Procapil, Bicapil. These have become very effective at strengthening the hair shaft and at improving the blood circulation and improving the hair follicles in general, leading to a hair growth which is more immune to these stresses and environmental damage. So, and peptides, the biggest plus point with peptides is that you never end up with rebound hair loss once you stop the peptides. So, you can do it for a period of a few months, and if you feel you want to take a break in between, it will not really cause a reversible damage. So after hair supplements and peptides come your hair products that you are using. So one must take care to ensure that you're using gentle hair products, preferably sulfate free or paraben free or free from toxic chemicals. So the shampoo should be a gentle cleansing and conditioning in case your hair is dry. You should minimize the use of chemical treatments on the hair, especially things like straightening or, with some things which interfere with the hair bond structure. And if there are seasonal changes, like you're going for a beach holiday or there are monsoons, it would be a wise decision to cover your hair with a loose bandana or a cotton scarf to prevent the environmental damage from affecting the cuticles of your hair. So we have made a playlist about hair care and hair supplements. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to know more about this.